Want to dive into the Devil's Pool or into the Sea of Milk? There are many waterfalls in the world and people always stare at them even if they are so ordinary. But some waterfalls are out of human imaginations. Their beauty is something which can only be seen in unrealistic movies. But you will be excited to know that many waterfalls in that world can overwhelm any nature lovers. Today, we are sharing with you the top 10 most amazing waterfalls in the world, and I am pretty sure you are going to add these waterfalls to your travel wishlist. Let's get it started. Coming at number 10. Fall Creek Falls, Tennessee, USA. The highest free fall waterfall of the Mississippi River, Fall Creek Falls, high up to 256 feet, and is one of the ranked waterfalls in the world. If you ever visit this place, then it is more likely your whole life is going to be spent thinking about its exotic beauty. Located in the eastern portion of the rugged Cumberland Plateau in Tennessee, the waterfalls are part of Fall Creek Falls State Park, which is already very famous among visitors. The water drips out from a very concise spot and falls between the greenery, making it look exceptionally pretty. Fall Creek Falls can be reached by a 3-mile round-trip journey that gains about 715 feet total. Coming at number 9, Plitvice Waterfalls, Croatia. The 16 cascading lakes make up the Plitvice Waterfalls in Plitvice Lakes National Park in Croatia, which offers a worthy sight. This waterfall has a deviation of 1,205 feet. But these waterfalls have something other than another waterfall, which is its distinct shades of blues and greens, from aquamarine to emerald and turquoise, that can be seen in the water as it flows over limestone and chalk rocks. All of this is surrounded by a lush green landscape that makes a beautiful view. Social media picture-perfect waterfall attracts more than 1 million visitors a year. Coming at number 8. Yosemite Falls, California, USA. Yosemite Falls is one of the highest and most beautiful waterfalls in the world and the tallest in North America. Located in stunning Yosemite National Park, Yosemite Falls consists of 3 separate falls with a drop of 2,425 feet that give the vision of one giant waterfall. Yosemite Falls is filled with snowmelt, so to see it at its fullest, you should visit in late spring or early summer when you can hear thunder from across Yosemite Valley. By late summer, however, Yosemite Falls has decreased to just a trickle and can go dry by August. You can also appreciate the views of the falls from some of Yosemite's hiking trails. Coming at number 7, Kaieteur Falls, Guyana. Although it takes some serious effort to reach Kaieteur Falls, as it is hidden deep in the Amazon rainforest in Guyana, but the reward of reaching is the world's highest single-drop waterfall at 226 meters or 741 feet. You won't be disappointed to see the view, as it can be the best view of nature you have ever seen. The falls are reached through regular flights on small planes from the capital city of Georgetown. From the airstrip landing, it's a 15-minute walk to the top of the falls. Some of the best views, however, are seen flying in and out and enjoying this masterpiece of nature. Coming at number 6, Dudhsagar Falls, India. One of India's tallest and most striking waterfalls, Dudhsagar Falls cascades down more than 1,000 feet in 4 tiers at nearly 100 feet wide. The speed and force with which the waterfalls and showers also give Dudhsagar Fall its Sea of Milk nickname, because this is the vision it creates dropping into the Mandovi River below. The falls are located in India's Goa province inside the Bhagwan Mahavir Sanctuary, about 60 kilometers from Panjim and 45 kilometers from Mudgane. People all over the world seem to be lovers of this waterfall. Coming at number 5, Niagara Falls, USA, Canada. It isn't the tallest waterfall in the world, but Niagara Falls is absolutely vital in its scope and power. Niagara Falls is comprised of 3 waterfalls, the largest of which is Horseshoe Falls. Balancing the border between the USA and Canada, the water cascades 614 feet down Niagara Gorge. The falls can be viewed from a number of viewpoints in New York and Ontario. Cave of the Winds is one of the most unique viewpoints. Here, you will descend 175 feet into the Niagara Gorge to experience the power of the fall's midflow from the hurricane deck. You'll be given a rain jacket because you will get wet by its splashes. Coming at number 4, Angel Falls, Venezuela. Located in Venezuela, Angels Falls is the world's highest waterfall at a huge 979 meters or 3,212 feet. This is 15 times higher than Niagara Falls for comparison. The water comes from the Churon River and does a free-fall drop over the edge of a mountain. There is a second drop of 30 meters just beyond the rapids. To reach the falls, however, is no easy feat. You'll have to first catch a small plane to the town of Canaima, and then it is a one-day boat ride to the falls, but nobody ever talks about the tough journey after gazing at this waterfall for the first time. Coming at number 3, Havasu Falls, Arizona, USA. Havasu Falls is the most attractive of the 5 Havasupai waterfalls that plummet over orange-red cliffs into bright turquoise-blue pools in a side canyon of the Grand Canyon. The waterfalls are all located on the Havasupai Indian Reservation and can only be reached by an overnight 10-mile hike that requires reservation and payment of fees, and you must spend at least one night at the campground in the canyon, while most people spend 3 nights. The number of people allowed into the canyon is limited, and there is often a waiting list to experience this bucket list-worthy waterfall. Coming at number 2, Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe, Zambia. On the Zambezi River between Zimbabwe and Zambia, the UNESCO World Heritage Site of Victoria Falls is another of the planet's most elegant and impressive waterfalls. It's known regionally as the smoke that thunders. During the rainy season, you can expect to get soaked walking along the trail on the Zimbabwe side, where the best views of the falls are found. The Zambia side takes you up close with the noble wall of water that falls over a 1.7-kilometer wide mountain that is more than 100 meters deep. You can even swim in Devil's Pool, which is exactly at the top of the falls on the Zambian side. And finally, coming at number 1, Iguazu Falls, Argentina, Brazil. Iguazu Falls is actually a chain of hundreds of individual waterfalls stretched out almost 3 kilometers to create the world's largest and most majestic waterfall on the border between Brazil and Argentina on the Iguazu River. The visual and sound effects of all this water falling down some 70 meters is truly like nothing else in the world. The surrounding environs of the Yunli rainforest are equally beautiful, creating a mystic vision you won't ever forget. The falls are preserved in a national park and can be viewed from either the Argentine or Brazilian side. This waterfall is known as the world's #1 waterfall, and due to its popularity, millions of people have visited this place by now. I think next is going to be you. Well, now it's your turn. For more videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also turn on the notification bell. Thanks for watching, stay tuned and see you next time. Or you know what? You could stay there and do check out our other cool stuff.